The secret to a really great night's sleep, what if it doesn't start when your head hits the pillow? What if it actually starts with what you ate for lunch? Today, we're going to dive deep into the incredible chemistry of sleep. We'll follow the entire journey right from your plate to your pillow and really uncover this amazing symphony of hormones that's supposed to help you wake up feeling incredible. So let me ask you something just to get us started. When do you think your body actually starts preparing for sleep? Like, for real? Is it when you flick off the lights or maybe when you start brushing your teeth? Well, the answer might actually surprise you. The whole story of tonight's sleep, it doesn't even begin at sunset. Nope. It kicks off right in the middle of your day, with what's on your lunch plate. Seriously. That one meal sets off this whole chemical chain reaction that's going to play out over the next 18 hours. Okay, so at the very heart of this whole story are two really powerful molecules. You can think of them as, like, the body's master translators. Their whole job is to take the signals from the world around us, light and darkness, and convert them into your mood, your metabolism, and yeah, your ability to get a great night's rest. So let me introduce you. First up, we've got serotonin. You've probably heard of it. It's kind of known as the daytime molecule. It's all about mood, feeling alert, that kind of thing. And then there's its nighttime partner, melatonin. This is the hormone of darkness, the one that conducts the whole orchestra of sleep. And what we're going to do is follow their amazing transformation, starting with, you guessed it, the raw ingredients you eat. All right, so where does this whole thing kick off? Act 1 of our sleep story? It happens right there, at your lunch table. This is the moment you take in the absolute essential building block for everything that comes next. And that building block is a little thing called tryptophan. Now, it's what's called an essential amino acid, which is just a fancy way of saying your body can't make it on its own. You have to get it from your food. So we're talking things like salmon, turkey, eggs, lentils, even quinoa. And let me be clear, getting enough of this stuff at lunch, it is totally non-negotiable if you want good sleep chemistry. But here's the thing, tryptophan doesn't go it alone. It's not a solo artist. To actually turn into that serotonin we were talking about, it needs a whole supporting cast. Let's call them the cofactor crew. These are your crucial vitamins and minerals, things like B6, magnesium, iron, and zinc. Without this crew, the whole recipe just falls apart. And this is where you can really see the long game your body is playing. So that tryptophan gets absorbed, within a couple of hours of lunch. Then it's converted into a big pool of serotonin over the next few hours. And then it just waits. It literally hangs out, waiting for the signal of sunset, a full 10 to 12 hours later, before it even starts the next phase of its journey. Pretty amazing, right? Okay, so let's fast forward. It's evening now. The sun's going down. Daylight is fading. And deep inside your brain, what we call the master clock sends out this supercritical message to a tiny but incredibly powerful gland. That message is headed for the pineal gland. I want you to picture it like a chemical factory that's been on standby all day long, just waiting for its night shift to start. And what's its job? Simple. Take that whole pool of serotonin we made at lunch and start the magical midnight transformation into melatonin. Now, this transformation isn't just one step. It's a really precise two-step process. First, one key enzyme gets the ball rolling, and then a second one comes in to finish the job. And the result? We get our hero molecule for the night, melatonin. Okay. But here's where modern life really throws a wrench in the works. That first enzyme, the one that kicks everything off, it is incredibly sensitive to light. I mean, even a little bit of exposure to blue light from our phones, our TVs, our computers after the sun goes down, it can just crush that enzyme's activity by up to 80%. This, right here, is the #1 villain of modern sleep. It literally stops the melatonin factory dead in its tracks. And it's not just the light from our screens we have to worry about. There's another villain. High cortisol. That's our stress hormone. Think of it as a kind of internal biochemical light pollution. It directly fights with the melatonin signal, pushing back its release. And that's what leaves you with that awful feeling of being totally exhausted, but you just can't fall asleep. So let's say we've done a good job. We've managed the light, we've managed our stress. Our hero molecule melatonin is finally on the scene. Its levels are starting to climb, and it is ready to conduct this grand symphony of nighttime repair. You see, melatonin isn't just a switch that makes you sleepy. It's more like a conductor. It's lowering your core body temperature, it's slowing down your metabolism, and it's guiding you through those absolutely essential cycles of deep sleep and REM sleep. And it's during this time that your brain's personal cleanup crew, called the glymphatic system, gets to work and clears out all the junk from the day. Okay, so what about that glass of wine that so many of us have to unwind at the end of the day? Well, here's the tough truth. While it might feel like it's relaxing you, it's actually a sleep saboteur. Research shows that just one glass can spike your nighttime cortisol, that stress hormone again, by 20 to 30%. It's literally creating stress inside your body right when you're trying to calm down. And think about it. When you combine that cortisol spike from the alcohol with the melatonin getting crushed by your screen time, you get that classic awful feeling of being tired but wired. You know what I'm talking about. Your body is just screaming for rest, but your brain chemistry is stuck in go, go, go daytime mode. It is the absolute hallmark of a messed up circadian rhythm.
So, how can you know? How can you tell if this whole complicated symphony actually played out the right way? Is there a way to know if you made enough melatonin? Well, yeah, there is. Your body actually gives you a direct biochemical report card every single morning.
The proof is in something called a metabolite. Basically, it's a breakdown product of melatonin, and it has a fancy name, AMT6s. So after melatonin does its job all night long, it gets processed by your liver, and then, well, you pee it out in the morning. And the amount of this stuff in your morning urine is a direct one-to-one reflection of how much melatonin your body actually made the night before.
So, think of it this way. A big, robust peak of this stuff in the morning, that's an A+. It means you had a great night of production, your rhythm is on point. But a flat or delayed pattern, that's your body sending you a clear message. Hey, I'm under circadian stress here. It's your body's own internal sleep score. And honestly, it's way more direct than any wearable tracker you can buy.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? I think the key thing to remember is that the goal isn't to hack your sleep with a bunch of gadgets and pills. It's about learning to work with this absolutely beautiful, elegant system that's already built right into your biology. Look, I get it. We all crave that end-of-day ritual. So let's talk about some smarter swaps. Instead of that glass of wine, maybe you try a tart cherry spritzer. Tart cherries actually have some natural melatonin in them. Or you could try a calming magnesium drink. The point is, you get to keep the relaxing ritual, but you do it without messing up your body's rhythm. Okay, let's boil this all down into 4 simple, repeatable things you can actually do. Number 1, eat smart. Make sure you get that tryptophan-rich meal at lunch, ideally about 5 to 6 hours before the sun goes down. 2, light right. This is huge. Get bright sun in your eyes in the morning and dim your lights way down at night. 3, move early. Try to avoid those super intense late-night gym sessions. And finally, number 4, create a rest ritual. Make your bedroom a cool, dark sanctuary.
And really, that brings us to the whole point. This isn't about some complicated biohacking protocol. It's just about remembering. Remembering the ancient biological wisdom that is already wired into every single one of us. How to eat with the sun, how to dim the lights with the dusk, and just how to let our body's chemistry do the job it evolved to do perfectly.
So I'll leave you with this one thought. From your lunch plate all the way to your pillow tonight, your body is in a constant conversation with the world around it. The only real question is, are you listening to its rhythm?